review time. We are here with the brand new OMPHobby M4 helicopter, and it's time to check it out. But before we crack on, I'd like to tell you guys, we are not influencers and this is not a paid promotion, so that's why we can talk about this helicopter honestly. Everyone is talking about that the helicopter is a pro 3D performance helicopter, a pretty good one. Yes, it is. There are plenty of videos on YouTube to demonstrate that. But I wanted to know, what if a beginner wants to fly this helicopter? Can they build it from the manual or based on the manual, or they cannot? That's why I asked Tonchi to build the helicopter. No, honestly, I didn't ask her. She asked me to put it together. This was the reality, so that's why I said, why not? It's going to be a proper test. Is it a good beginner helicopter or not? How was to build this helicopter?
It was very fun. A bit tiring, obviously, as with all of these sorts of projects, but it was quite simple, so just based on the manual I was able to put everything together. And while I did make a couple of small and stupid mistakes, I feel like everyone does do that at some point if you're not a professional. Mind you, I'm not, so I've done this a couple times, but as I said, it was extremely fun and had a great time.
How was the manual in general?
It was very accurate, I would say. There was one teensy mistake, but it wasn't something that would change how you put it together, so it was a small visual glitch, as we would say, but other than that it was super simplistic, super easy to follow. Everything was done and written down very logically, and if you followed it exactly how it was written down in the manual and you did everything as they wrote it down, then it was super simple to build.
Do you think it's a good starting helicopter for beginners?
I would say yes. If they truly want to get into flying, I would say that this is definitely roughly what size I would have chosen as a first heli. Mostly because it's not too small, so like weather conditions such as wind won't influence it too much. But then again, it's not terrifying and exhilarating to fly it for the first time, so when I lifted it up, I wasn't shaking completely.
Was it complicated to put it together? I mean, was there any point which was much more complicated than you expected?
I mean, no, not really. Honestly, it was very simple to build. I said the manual made it super easy. Obviously, the most trouble was probably with the tail, but that's expected from any helicopter. Knowing that, it's hard to put tails together because you have a belt and all the little parts that can fall apart. But honestly, I don't think, if I did crash it, I don't think it would be too complicated to deal with. And it's also, although it's direct drive, which, can be a bit terrifying, I think it's quite simple and it does have a nice touch to it. So.
Before we go forward, let's see a few scenes from the building video.
One done. Done those two. The X brace. Doesn't matter which way I hold it. Absolutely does. I have to hold it like this. And it's meant to go in here.
It's a fail on me. Nope, it's not. But she's a professional with the screws.
Oh shit.
What happened?
I was meant to stick it in the motor too. 2x4 with 8mm. Which one's that? Are they all the same size? 1, 2. What size are you? No, because there's two 6mm. I am so confused.
És oda kelleni fog szerintem a netőzítő.
Igen. Oh no.
Mi van?
I dripped it on my pants.
Ott még úgy sem volt.
So bad. After just under 5 hours, I have made a heli. It works, and I did 99% of the work on this, so I'm super happy with it. Yeah.
If you want to see the whole building video, there are 2 videos by the way, links in the description. We really recommend to watch them because they are not a typical, this is how to build an RC helicopter videos.
That
They
would
are,
be boring.
yeah,
And we all know that you guys don't like boring.
yes, that's why we presented that how it happened in reality with all the mistakes, all the
Mostly
Loctite
because
drops on the pages.
Yeah,
And-
I built it, so you can expect nothing good to come out of that.
But come on,
It works.
it's
but
here, so yeah,
It's not that bad.
it was good. This is the first time when you are flying a direct drive helicopter.
Yes, absolutely.
How was it?
I mean, honestly, I wasn't the first to lift it off the ground, obviously. That would be a tad dangerous. But I don't find it to be, in behaviour, very different from not direct drive. So it was honestly very smooth, it was very nice.
And surprisingly quiet, isn't it?
Very, very quiet compared to... I mean, it is a free 80 size helicopter.
Even compared to the 380 models,
Yeah,
with the
most
gears
of
and
them.
pulleys and so on.
It's quite quiet, so I do like that about it. And because it's quieter, it's also a little bit less threatening to fly with. So it's got that sort of peaceful, like humming almost, like buzzing of bees, if you know what I mean. I do like it, so it's very smooth. I do very, very much enjoy it.
Let's talk about the quality.
Quality-wise,
Yeah.
I would be very happy with it. Almost everything on this heli is perfect. I do have one complaint that I will be adding later. Everything was amazing, so the quality is wonderful. When we took it out of the box, which very fancy packaging, just saying, it's like luxury.
All the holes were there.
Well, where they were meant to be.
Yes.
So.
Definitely. I heard a couple of complaints because of these 2 tiny holes here for these 2 screws there. They are too small. No, they are not. We had no problem with the size of these holes. I'm not saying that they are super large, but they are absolutely fine.
Yeah.
Even the landing skid that was tested pretty well.
Me being used to auto rotation, pulled the motor switch at 1,800 RPM, wasn't prepared for it to smash into the ground at full speed.
It wasn't full speed, but it was a bit bouncy indeed.
A bit bouncy
A
on the
bit
pure rock flooring.
Still,
It works, it survived, and there's absolutely no damage to the skids whatsoever, so...
generally speaking, based on Tonchi's experiences and what I could see during the assembly, during the first flights, by my opinion, it's a mistake to identify this helicopter as a professional 3D model only. No,
It's great for beginners.
it's absolutely wonderful for beginners, if not the best or one of the best this year for sure. If you are a beginner, probably you should choose this one. And we don't want to convince you. If you are a pro pilot, you can decide whether you like the brand, the concept and everything or not. If you are a beginner or you are about to join the hobby and you want to find a really good starting helicopter, I think so this should be among the options. Okay, let's talk about pros. The helicopter is super easy to put it together, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
It's really easy to repair if you crashed it, because it's not a brain surgery. The spare parts are cheap, not seriously cheap, not super cheap, but they are pretty
Considerably.
affordable. Yeah, the only worrying point is the direct drive, because the direct drive is supposed to provide the simplest possible option among the helicopters. It's the drivetrain is very simple. There is the motor, main shaft, and pretty much that's it.
However, it does have its downsides.
This is true. Yes, it's cheap to recover or not bunk breaking if you crashed it, because there are not too many parts which can break in a crash.
However, ... being direct drive, obviously, a big downside I would say is that other than the canopy and the roll bars, there isn't much protecting the motor, and it juts out straight from the rest of the heli. And while it wouldn't be super easy to damage the motor,
What?
I wouldn't say it's impossible, and a motor isn't a cheap thing to buy, so
Yeah,
there's definitely that.
Yeah, the motor itself, if it gets damaged, we don't know how likely to get it damaged. Hopefully, not that likely. And to be honest, we don't want to test it. And
Yeah, no, I
hopefully, we are not going to test it.
don't. Are you looking at me?
Yeah. Why?
Why?
Who's flying the helicopter more times, you or me?
Oh, I don't know. Me, I think.
Yeah, that's why. That's why.
Whoopsies.
So hopefully we are not gonna test this. If you wanna get it tested, ask Jonas. Might be he can test it for you guys. We won't.
Yeah, no.
Intentionally. And hopefully unintentionally either. So, but if it gets damaged, this is 170 pounds eye-watering damage. There is no alternative, only this Sunny Sky motor can fit in. This is what's supposed to be in, and
There's
And-
no
and-
alternative to it.
that can be expensive. This is my only worry. I don't want to speak against it because the concept itself is pretty good. It's a very smart solution. It's
It's
really
simple, so no soldering or anything of that sort.
that's right. There was no
which-
soldering. Why?
Because everything came
Pre-installed.
pre-installed. So it was just connecting the wiring to where the wiring needs to be connected. No soldering, which for a beginner who obviously hasn't had much experience with this sort of thing, I think that's a big pro.
If nothing else, that step saved us 2 hours
Exactly.
during the building altogether. I set it up, the model.
I
Oh.
don't think it would have been a good idea if I did.
Might be we couldn't talk about this helicopter
No, I think
Like
it would
a
be
di-
in the ground over there.
somewhere there. Yeah. But in general, I set it up and it wasn't hard either. Although, let's admit that the tail needs some more adjustments. This is not the helicopter's fault.
It's just us. It's
This
just
is
us.
just us. Yeah, but it was flying perfectly. Not
Up
perfect.
until a point.
Hmm?
Where up until a point. I mean, it was fine on
It
bank
was.
1 back
Yeah.
in the garden.
Yeah, on low RPM it was.
It's still pretty good on
Pretty
low
good.
RPM. So
On higher RPMs, yes, we still have
it's
to
got a
to
little
tweak
bit of a
it.
tail wag, but it will fix
Yeah, but apart from that, it was fine. Jonas and the OMPHobby made an amazing job, definitely. The helicopter itself is, yeah, let's call it amazing, good,
Yes.
very good. We can recommend it.
One setback.
One thing which needs improvements. Yeah,
And they do know about this. We have told them about it.
yeah. We
It
know
is work in progress, from what
as
I
far,
know.
yeah. But
Um,
let's define this.
the issue.
This
The
nice canopy. Beautiful, isn't it? But the
Only one
material
small
itself
problem, yes.
is how to wear this on a nice way. Not the best quality. Okay.
Ah, yes.
It's-
Totally the phrasing I would be using.
Not the best quality. Even if
I
you
swear.
are handling this with care.
The utmost care.
Yeah.
Like, pampering it. Pampering
It's
it
cracking.
with, like, yeah.
It's cracking here, there and so
Applying
on.
essential oils and moisturizer won't help either.
It looks nice, and to be honest, I like the simplicity of the canopy mount, because yes, this is not the fanciest thing,
But at least there's no...
it does the job,
Yeah.
and it's
And
simple.
it's easy to put the canopy on,
Yeah,
other than the fact that it breaks halfway. Like,
yeah,
I'm
but this is supposed to break instead of the side frame, so that's why it's a good solution.
Yes,
because
yes.
this plastic here is way cheaper than the side frame.
However, as mentioned, if you give me the canopy, I feel like if I went something like this,
It
the whole
would-
thing would smash half.
It's an eggshell,
It is an eggshell.
and
I
it's,
thought you were
it's pretty
saying
pricey.
actual.
It costs £50.
£50 for that?
Few smart things, we really like them.
The battery tray.
That's
It's
There
a
is a-
super smart construction.
yeah.
It's I don't know how to describe it. Basically, you slide it on, it clicks in, and then you connect it to the thing. And once you're done flying, you obviously pull it apart, and then there's two little things that you press together, and then it slides off. And
Okay, the
super smart.
battery tray is not new. I'm not sure you can find it in many small helicopters.
But bigger ones definitely. Like
But
most 700 sizes, 600, 700 sizes nowadays have something similar.
Yeah. If you want, you can put up a holder for the connector, and as you are sliding the battery in, it connects the ESC automatically. Very smart solution, the Flybarless tray. This is designed on a way, if you want to get it off, the screws are not under the Flybarless unit, they are aside, so you can get it off without
This-
breaking the adhesive under the Flybarless unit.
I guess bigger Flybarless units occasionally.
Might be they can cover it, but for example, the V-bar is absolutely fine. The tail servo is here. Crazy. You expect that the tail servo is somewhere in the back, but in
But
this
the
case,
entire back area, just adding, is completely empty. There's just a big ass hole in there.
yes, that's right.
There's nothing in there.
The tail boom is also very nice, and it's very sturdy.
It was also quite easy to put into place. I did have to unscrew a couple of screws, but for the most part it was super easy to put into place. And best part, the belt was so easy to put into place. I've never had a belt slide in that nicely. Like, I grabbed it, I put a bit of tape on it, I threw it through, and it was on the other side, and it was completely great.
Rotor head, how was that? What?
It was pre-assembled for the most part. You had to Loctite it a bit, but
Rotor grips. Don't forget to Loctite them.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did forget that bit. Another pro. This heli is also incredibly light, so like that, I'd say it's what,
I don't know.
1.5 kilo, 2 kilos at most?
No, definitely not 2 kilos.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Definitely
saying. It's
less.
like
I don't know.
maybe
But it's
1,
light.
1.5 kilos
We
at
need-
most.
We need to scale
With
it.
the battery inside.
Yeah, it's really light. Really.
And obviously it behaves like that, so that's great.
What about the blades?
One word. Sparkly. I don't think I need to add anything else. It sparkles. No, but ultimate
What's
blades. It's amazing.
Let's talk about one important thing. This is the combo kit. It's advertised as at some stores as PNP. No, this is not a plug and play. You could see in the unboxing video everything is coming in small bags. This is not just you plug it in and it flies. The other thing, OMPHobby doesn't provide you the Flybarless unit.
Yes.
You have to choose, or you can choose which one you want to use. It has a big benefit. You can
Customization.
yes, definitely. And
Suit
if you
your
want,
liking. If you like V-bar, then pick V-bar. If you like something else, then pick something else. If you know what I mean.
the best by this solution, if you want to fly this helicopter like a drone, buy an H1 Flybarless controller, and that controller makes a drone out of this helicopter. It will fly you a figure 8 by pressing one button on the transmitter. Yes. Yeah, it's not a real helicopter flying, but you can pretend.
Oh, fun.
We don't recommend that. But
Yeah,
if you,
no. Why would you
guys,
buy a heli if you could buy a drone? Come on.
Guys, do you want us to test this? If you want to test this, let us know in the comments below and we will see what we can do. If you want it seriously, we will test this helicopter with an H1 controller flying like a drone.
Jesus.
No? You don't like the idea?
No, I really don't.
We like flying helicopters because we fly the helicopters, not the controller.
Yes, exactly.
Like-
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah. Let's talk about the price. This is not a crappy model. This is not offered by influencers.
It's
Just
also not-
$399 with everything.
It's not some like back alley little store that sells cheaply made risky helicopters that will fly twice and then crash into the ground before
This is-
your very eyes.
This is a proper quality model. This is why it has a price. Compared to other similar models, a good price. The international price is the combo kit, if I'm right, around $500 or so. Definitely worth the money, the
That you
cheese,
pay for it.
Yeah, what you pay for it. Definitely.
So as a conclusion, I'd say it's a great model for beginners. It's a great model for any sort of pilot, and if
It's a
you
good-
like it, then go ahead. I mean, I like it, so
It's easy to put in the boot or trunk
Yeah,
in America.
it's small, it's compact, it's not bloody terrifying like the biggest sizes. It's a good beginner size, as I said.
Are we amazed?
Yes.
One recommendation, tip or hint for OMPHobby: a nice antenna holder
Yeah, it would be great.
would be great.
We had to 3D print one ourselves, as the kit does not include it, but
And we don't think so all
People
RC heli
have.
pilots have their own 3D printers.
yeah, no, we're the crazy ones.
Guys, thank you for watching us. The sun sets soon, so we need to cut off now. If you like this video, please leave us a like. Don't forget to subscribe. And see you in the next one.
Bye-bye.
And this intro was shit, wasn't it?
Absolutely, your English is
Okay.
under the floor. And it's very hard to talk while the city is burning down behind me.
Something is burning there, definitely.
That is not a small fire.
What about It's okay. What?
It's okay, half the city currently is burning, but it's fine. Obviously, the most trouble was probably with the tail, but that's expected from any helicopter. Yes, all the little parts that can fall apart. So I
During
guess
the assembly 3 times, 4
Yeah.
times.
Pont.
Okay, before we go
Before
forward.
we
Okay. Again, da.
If you make a bloopers bit at the end, please don't add that.
Okay. Okay, let's talk about the. Oops.
Well done for that.
In general, yes, we can declare that the helicopter is pretty good. Jonas. Pretty. Well. And it's pretty pricey.
Nowadays have something similar,
Yeah.
mostly in the bottom. Ah,
In the
yes, the
bottom?
bottom part. You cut me off, but it's fine.
What?
Go on.
No. Guys, thank you for watching us, and thank you for guys, thank you for